distinguished guests on the dais and distinguished guests in the auditorium. So it has been a pleasure to be part of this 9th edition of the conference of Mr. Dhanpatra Agarwal, or Professor, Doctor, whichever way you call him. And interestingly, there used to be a saying that if you cannot act, go to teach. And if you cannot teach, attend a conference, right? So I think Dhanpatra Agarwal has reversed it, that you can attend a conference and you can teach and you can act also, right? And that is the kind of thing I've been seeing in different editions when I come for this conference. And Dr. Dhanpatra Agarwal, I would say my association is, in a sense, each year, in the last 4, 5, 6 years almost, I'm associated with this conference thing. He will touch upon Hyderabad, sometimes on work, sometimes specifically. He will make it a point to visit Nalsar University, bring a plan what he is planning for the next year, sit and have a discussion, open discussion about which of these things are more relevant to be discussed given the time factor, everything. And he has been quite open, and that is, I consider that as a kind of a rare combination of having the theoretical academic interest on one side and the practical side as an entrepreneur of this. In a sense, I would say GIPC is a kind of a monopoly, I would say. Without having given a monopoly in the sense, I really don't see much conferences having this range in that sense of the participation truly to the word global. Because we did witness a lot of people who came and spoke here from different countries, certifying about this program and its utility in that. So what I meant is a kind of a natural monopoly which comes because of the great effort what he does. And for example, last year in December, I was in Tokyo doing some research project, and I happened to know Agarwal is visiting to Tokyo. So when Mr. Agarwal wrote to me he's coming, this was a weekend, so I thought I will take a break from my research institute and spend time, happily around sightseeing or, going for shopping. But all the whole day and half turned out to be academic discussion again, about intellectual property rights, sometimes about the IP policy in the country, what to be done, and what is he planning for the next thing, in the next edition, what is happening. And so I understand also the next edition is in Goa, right? If your spouse happens to be non-IP, they will still pressurize you to go there because they can come along with you to Goa rather than a bigger city like Delhi or Mumbai. So if I look at the evolution of this, it is in a sense getting institutionalized, this whole GIPC. For the simple reason, Dr. Agarwal came last Saturday and is leaving this Saturday back to Tokyo, and it is all in absentia in one sense. I would rather say it is to the tremendous team effort, and the team has understood what is to be done in his absence. And he was telling that I want to experiment in my absence how this works. So I'm sure that this team around here really needs a big applause, and I'm sure when he thanks, the applause will be more for that. And also about the program content has been very interesting. I would even call this as a premonition conference. Why I say premonition conference? Yesterday I was sitting with, in the session moderated by Dr. Ganguly, about artificial intelligence, humanoids, androids, many of these things. And it happened so that I would say, at least my experience of many sessions, 50% of the time was on interaction. More than the presentation, it was 50%. Most of the time what happens out of the enthusiasm of the presenters, most of the time they take, and then the interaction becomes a problem because you're eating into other people's time. So, but this was a very interesting discussion. It was philosophical, it was legal, it was many things. And why I call premonition, this was lingering in my mind before I went to sleep. Somewhere all the sessions, this one was little thinking, because I offer a course called Artificial Intelligence and Law to the LLM students. So in the past, I wanted to renew that edition, and this was a bit of a trigger. So I was just thinking again various things what was discussed. And the first thing in the morning, when I opened my mail, there was a mail to me that yesterday the European Parliament Legal Affairs Committee on a 17 to 2, 17 for and 2 abstentions,